Hi, everybody. This is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts and Colossal Fossils. This is a Q&A episode, so let's get started, shall we? So we got the YouTube questions. So Luke Zilla, you got a couple questions for me. But I'll start off with your first one is who would win, Allosaurus or Megaraptor? And so Allosaurus, late Jurassic predatory dinosaur. Fossils mostly found in North America and parts of Portugal. And can be 25 to 30 feet long. There's some Allosaurus specimens that have been a little bit bigger than 30 feet. And then Megaraptor, a dinosaur found in South America in the Cretaceous period, but not as quite as big as Allosaurus, but can be pretty close. But also, just like I said, they never lived in the same time. They were never in the same time period, not on the same continents. So for the sake of, I'd probably go with Allosaurus on this one, because Allosaurus was a little bit more of a better built theropod dinosaur, and also has a really interesting trick to actually immobilize its prey. Like it uses its skull as like a hatchet. So opens its jaws, and then it just slams its skull right onto its prey. Now there's some prey that it could not do that, like say Stegosaurus, but it could actually do some pretty devastating wounds on its prey. As Megaraptor might be more designed for catching smaller prey, because it has that one huge claw in each hand. And I probably would say is that Megaraptor is more designed to kind of grab and hang on and then allow the jaws to do the work, whereas Allosaurus can use its speed and also be able to put in some pretty nasty wounds on Megaraptor. And so, yeah, I'd probably say is that Allosaurus would win that one. And then your second question, who would win, Velociraptor or Coyote? Okay, so Velociraptor, dromaeosaur found in Asia in the late Cretaceous. And of course, Coyote, we know what a coyote is. It's a canine of today. And so Velociraptor would have one advantage, is that it has the weaponry, it has the claws, and also has speed to be able to get some pretty good wounds on a coyote, and also would have some of the brain power as well to actually be able to outsmart a coyote. But also coyote, they're pretty hardy animals, so you can probably say is that their intelligence would be their main weapon. But they have much larger teeth than a Velociraptor, so the teeth could be a weapon against Velociraptor. I would say Velociraptor for slight edge, but not by much. So I probably say maybe I go 51-49 between the two. So 51% Velociraptor, 49% Coyote. It could go either way, but yeah, I probably would go with that type of answer for you there. Jonathan Andrew, your question is, what was the largest species of marine reptile? The largest species of marine reptile in terms of the fossil record is Shonisaurus. Shonisaurus can get to 70 feet long, and that is pretty long. And it's an ichthyosaur too, so that's pretty cool. And so, yeah, I'd say, because there's another type of ichthyosaur that can get pretty close to Shonisaurus in terms of size. I'll talk about that one in the question a little bit later on. And yeah, Shonisaurus is the largest marine reptile in terms of the fossil record. Madster, awesome YouTube name. Your question is, when synapsids could evolve hairs and endothermy? So synapsids, for many of you that don't know, is synapsids are animals that, if you actually are just basically looking at the skull, you're actually looking at one hole in the skull. And that's mostly the one large hole in the skull. And that is the eyes. And so the synapsids would actually include some of the mammal-like reptiles of the Permian, like say Dimetrodon, the Gorgonopsians, even some of the Lysosaurs and Dicynodonts. I mean, you name it, and also mammals. Mammals are synapsids, so that is. So we're talking about the mammal-like reptiles. So the mammal-like reptiles, the types of synapsids, when did they evolve hairs or could they evolve hair? When did they evolve? When did they evolve hairs and endothermy? And endothermy is warm-bloodedness. And so, when did they evolve hair? That's a debate amongst itself. There is a lot. There's some paleontologists sort of conflicted by this. Some say that it might have happened early in the Permian. Some of them may have said it might have happened a little bit later. But it could actually be in the middle of the Permian too. I mean, we don't know yet. We do not know when the mammal-like reptiles did evolve hair, and but endothermy probably happened. Probably say at the end of the Carboniferous. I would probably say the end of the Carboniferous is where we started to see endothermy or warm-bloodedness, because reptiles came to be in the Carboniferous, and so you have the different kind of lines of and you have a distinct, a distant ancestor for the types of reptiles. You got one branch of the reptiles that stayed with cold-bloodedness, and then you actually have the types of reptiles that would go with warm-bloodedness. But you have that one part of the warm-bloodedness of the reptiles kind of branch off away from the synapsids to ultimately become dinosaurs and birds. And so that's where you have that type of part right there. But in terms of synapsids, it's really, really hard to figure out. It might have happened in the hairs might have happened in the Permian, but in terms of endothermy, at the end of the Carboniferous. That's probably my guess on this. That is probably what a lot of paleontologists, some paleontologists would agree with me on that, and then there's some that would disagree with me on that. But yeah, I'd probably say around there. But very good question. I do like that question. And to the Facebook questions, Benjamin, is Triceratops the heaviest of all ceratopsians? It is one of them. I would say that Triceratops and Eotriceratops are pretty even amongst the heaviest ceratopsians. And so yeah, they get to over 18,000 pounds. So that is pretty much up there, right there. Yeah. Is Megalania the biggest of all prehistoric lizards? Yes. Megalania is a varanid or a monitor lizard, a giant monitor lizard. So it's related to the Komodo dragon, the lace monitor, the parenti, you name it, for all types of monitor lizards. But yeah, Megalania is the largest of all prehistoric lizards. Is Shastosaurus the biggest of all ichthyosaurs? It's one of them, but if you watch earlier in this video, you would see I answered a question about which is the largest marine reptile, and that would be Shonisaurus. So Shonisaurus is bigger than Shastosaurus, but not by much. Shonisaurus is probably a foot or two longer than Shastosaurus. And who would win, Dilophosaurus or Cryolophosaurus? Ooh, so pretty good one. Two early Jurassic theropods. And of course, they did not live in the same continents, but they lived pretty close or in the same time in the early Jurassic. So Dilophosaurus, a theropod from North America, whereas Cryolophosaurus is found in Antarctica. And so they're in different locations, so they never met each other. And Dilophosaurus is smaller than Cryolophosaurus. So Dilophosaurus would have the speed, Cryolophosaurus would have the power. Oh, that is so good. That's a good one. Two crested theropods going at a battle royale. That would something I would definitely be interested in seeing, but I am not sure who would win this one. I would probably say Cryolophosaurus because of the size, but I'd say it could go either way. I'd say Cryolophosaurus just a tad bit over Dilophosaurus. That's my answer on that one. But that's all the questions for now. Next week would be a special episode. I'll let you guys know what kind of prehistoric animal I'm going to talk about, and that would be on October 7th. So stay tuned on October 7th for or October 6th or 7th. So it's one of those days for the special episode. I'll let you guys know what kind of prehistoric animal I'm going to talk about. So stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll do like a theme for October. Maybe like the ugliest of the creepiest prehistoric animals in October, because October is the month of Halloween. So yeah, let's do that. So I'll let you guys know what kind of prehistoric I'm going to talk about. But you can still send me questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, actually put your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Please don't put them on Messenger. That's only for private conversations. So just in the comment section. And for you YouTubers out there, continue to submit your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. And also like the videos. Subscribe to the channel. Also, share the videos, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life. And liking the videos, it helps out the algorithm. It keeps the videos going and keeps the channel going. And you guys are awesome for doing that. And also stomp on that bell so that way you can get weekly notifications for every video that comes out. And like I said, you YouTubers out there, feel free to put your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. And your questions do mean a lot in Q&A videos. And so, yeah, so please feel free to do that. And also make sure your questions are short and to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. And you can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRAL. It's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you. Notice if you're younger people out there that makes listening, your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. So best motivation to have a good education is very important. Have a good education. So with a good education, you get a good job in the future. And in this kind of time, if you're not vaccinated, please wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands, because that is very important to reduce the spread of the virus. And like I said, if you're not vaccinated, please get vaccinated. It is very important to reduce the spread of the virus. We want to get to pre-pandemic normal, because that's what we want. We want to be in pre-pandemic normal, and so that way we can live healthy lives. And also, feel free to check out Colossal Fossils too, because I'll put a link in the description down below, so that way you guys can check out Colossal Fossils. There's a donate tab too, so if you want to help donate to our cause, to bring in some really cool exhibits for people to check out, for traveling, and also once we do get a permanent place, a permanent museum, that will be awesome too. So that way we can actually educate people about prehistoric life, because that's our cause, is to teach people about prehistoric life. And we're going after a T-Rex, and based on this shirt, as we're going for a T-Rex. If you want to help out for the T-Rex fund, please feel free to hit the donate tab. Donate as much as you want, so that way we can reach our goal to get a T-Rex, hopefully by next year, or otherwise maybe in 2023. And so hopefully we can actually get to that goal at some point. All right, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next week.